Dear friends, greetings from your pastor and friend. I trust you are well and that you are keeping safe as we continue this uncharted course of the coronavirus. As you have likely heard, social behavioral changes are taking place. Much is in flux as national, state, and local governments are wrestling with how much change and when to change. Within our state and our region, the governor has determined that we continue in the red phase, which includes stay at home and large gatherings prohibited. Please note it is understood that if a church determines to gather for worship, our Constitution guarantees such a determination within our present circumstances. Well, last evening, our session met via Zoom, an online video meeting. It was my first attempt to Zoom in. It worked wonderfully. It was very nice, actually. I was delighted to see so many friends and to see their smiling faces. We had a good and productive meeting. The issue of when to begin gathering for worship back in our beautiful sanctuary was discussed and decided. With the information we all have been hearing about the coronavirus regarding the governmental recommendations, the session believes it's wise and prudent for us as a church and a part of the wider community that we maintain our position of not gathering in our church for the month of May. We will keep you informed as we all anxiously wait to return to our church and to our social lives. But as we wait, you have the opportunity to experience and participate in our worship service through the weekly videos from our church, FPC, via YouTube. In case you are wondering, we had 432 views for our Easter service, 251 for our Palm Sunday service, and an average of 100 views per week since. The midweek meditations have been between 200 and 54 views, mainly probably 70, 75 would be the average. I'm sure you know some people you could recommend these opportunities to experience. Just tell them to go to YouTube and type in the name of our church, First Presbyterian Church, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, or type in my name, Reverend Dr. Bob Zanicki, and they'll be able to participate. This is a great way to introduce others to our church. As I've been anxiously waiting for us to return to our normal gatherings at our church, I thought of a sonnet by the 17th century English poet, anti-monarchy Puritan John Milton. His magnum opus, Paradise Lost, is considered one of the greatest works of literature. As you wait in your home to be released, you might want to increase your joy by reading that gem, Paradise Lost. His rendition of Satan will burn into your imagination, and you will stroll through the Garden of Eden. Well, back to the sonnet. Titled by an early editor, On His Blindness. Milton, a genius by any standard, was a Puritan of an eclectic sort and a defender of both free speech and the free press way back when. He wrote the following, this sonnet I'm referencing, after becoming totally blind at the age of 44. He also composed Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained, and other writings, poetry, after he lost his sight. Well, Milton was very anxious, of course, becoming blind. What can he do now? He was wondering, what can he accomplish? He's blind. He knows that God has a plan. He knows God has expectations for him, for all of us. What to do? Blind, he's musing. How do I spend? How do I share the light, my life? And here's what he wrote. When I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve therewith my Maker, and present my true account, lest he returning chide, doth God exact a labor light denied? I fondly ask. But patience, to prevent that murmur, soon replies. God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and post o'er land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. How will he, Milton, serve God? His quest, his life has changed direction. He is to serve. He's convinced of that. 3 times serve is expressed in this sonnet. Half the poem presents active service to God. The latter has patience personified, speaks to him. This is a time of patience. Patience declares, stand and wait. Both the parables of the talents, Matthew 25:14 through 30, and the workers in the vineyard, Matthew 20:1 through 16, are alluded to in this sonnet. There are those who fly around the world, and there are those who are contemplative. Milton, we, at times, quote, bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. Of course, Milton journeyed on and composed literature of momentous depth, reaching deep into the soul, the human soul. He needed patience for the time. He needed to stand and wait, but that time did end. My friends, we are living in a time of patience, of they also serve who only stand and wait. But the time will come to become active again, to actively serve. As with all things human, the when is fraught with ambiguity. May our society choose wisely, moving from the patience of standing and waiting to actively serving. But for now, we wait, bearing the soft yoke in service of God. My friends, God bless you, stay safe, and certainly hope to see you soon.